Ok, voilà, on est en direct. Bonsoir et bienvenue, c'est Diane. Merci d'être là avec moi ce soir. On va visiter une pharmacie française. Hi everyone, it's Diane, the person behind the blog We in France and this Facebook page. Thank you so much for being with me tonight. Once you get here, let me know you're here in the comments. That goes for you guys on the replay as well. Let me know you can hear me okay, that you could see this pharmacy sign in front of me. Let me know that we're in business here. We'll get started in just a minute. So tonight, the plan is to visit a French pharmacy, these magical places that not only have medications by prescription, over the counter, but all kinds of great skincare products and all that. So again, for anyone who's just joining, let me know you're here in the comments. Let me know you can hear my commentary, that the mic's working, and we'll get started in about 1 minute, all right? Anybody out there? Let me know you're here. Hey, Sue. Great. So I'm assuming you could hear me okay if you're commenting. We'll just get started in 1 minute. Great to have you here. Thank you so much. So just while everyone's coming on in, so what you see in front of us is a pharmacy here in the Maine-et-Loire in a town called Cholet. Mr. and Mrs. Habib, the owners, were kind enough to let me film inside tonight. And the reason why we're allowed to go in is because there aren't many people there. It's 8:30 at night, and most pharmacies close 6, 7, 8 p.m. But this is the Pharmacie de Garde. This is the on-call pharmacy tonight. So they'll actually be on with a very light staff, and they'll be open all night for emergencies and just prescriptions that need to be filled, regardless of what time it is. And the Pharmacie de Garde, the way that works is usually in a small village or a small town, there's one pharmacy open each night and on Sundays, and they rotate just to cover anyone who needs to come in after hours. Hey Gwyneth, how are you? Excellent that you're here. Thank you so much, guys. Joy, awesome to see you as always. This is great. So happy you're here. Just trying to see if the camera will turn on, so maybe you'll see me in the dark. Hey guys. So once again, if you're just joining me and we've never met, I'm Diane. I am the American blogger behind the We in France Facebook page and blog. So thank you so much for being here. We're going to get started, okay? So let me turn this back around. Okie doke. So one thing you'll notice before we head in, we have the Pharmacie and Pharmacie logo. So this means that in addition to medicine, both prescription and over-the-counter, this particular pharmacy has skincare products and other aesthetic products that aren't medicine, but different kinds of makeup. Just excuse the wind for a second as we're going to get in. So a lot of pharmacies, you'll see that. They're not just plain pharmacies with medication. They have other products as well, the parapharmacy side, which we'll see a bunch of. So just to let you know, this video is not sponsored by anyone. No one paid me to film any of these products that we see inside. Just wanted to say that from the beginning. And one thing, hey, Elodie, great, Julia, awesome. So happy you guys are here. Thank you again. Before we head in, I just want to point out the sign up here. A sign like that, some are a little different, but pharmacies in France are always going to be marked by a sign, usually green, sometimes with the logo, and it lets you know that you're at the pharmacy. This one is nice and bright, and that is that. Okay, just one other thing. So this is Pharmacie de Calins in Cholet, France, and something that's kind of cool about the area, I don't live too far, there's something called the Puy de Fou. It's a world-renowned theme park, a medieval theme park that's not too far, so if you find yourself doing touristy things, you go to the Puy de Fou. Cholet is an excellent place to stop and come see Mr. and Mrs. Habib here at the Pharmacie de Calins in Cholet. They have the best prices around, and you'll see that once we get started. So again, hey Kathy, hey Carolina. Awesome that you're here. Thank you so much. And once again, if you're just joining, I am Diane. I'm the blogger behind this Facebook page and blog, and so happy to have you here. So let's go in. The broadcast will be probably about 30 minutes. Depends on if you have questions. So in we go. So let me just give you how it looks from the entryway. And while you're looking at that, I'll let you know that in France, pharmacies are independently owned. You won't see chains that are the equivalent of CVS or Duane Reade or Walgreens or our little pharmacy section in Target. They're independently owned, and to own a pharmacy, you need to be a pharmacist. So some pharmacists just work at a pharmacy, some pursue their business endeavors and open up their own, like Mr. and Mrs. Habib here. So right when you walk in at this particular pharmacy, hey Cindy, hey Jana, We have some of the Pharmacie products, the skincare, skin health, things like that, masks, a lot of good stuff on promo, which we'll get to. And if anyone has any special requests or something you want to see, you have a question, please give me thumbs up, hearts, comment below, and I will get to all of it, I promise. So let's kick it off with some of my favorite products over here in the Pharmacie, can't talk section. You'll see some names that you're probably familiar with if you've ever been to France, if you read beauty blogs. And even in the US, I think at Target now you could find La Roche-Posay and some other ones. So something that is pretty local to where I am, the neighboring region of Vendée, they have a brand, let me just get in here, called Royer. It's an organic brand. They don't test on animals. I actually bought this cream for my mom when she was here. And this particular cream is a face cream. And it's made from snail residue. They don't hurt the snails. The snails are alive, but they kind of take the stuff from the snails. And it's a really great product line. So if you ever find yourself in France, maybe you have mature skin or just dry skin, Royer, made in Vendée. It's awesome. All right. Hey, Jessica. So happy you're here. Cindy, great to see you. Thank you. And I don't know if you're familiar with Melvita. That's another popular one as well. And one of my favorites is, hey, Philippe, my French male listener, one of the few. Yeah, ooh, snails. But Kathy, the thing is, this product smells so fresh, so clean. I wish I could open it and send it to you through the phone. It doesn't smell like snails at all. It's all been extracted and cleaned. It's nothing disgusting. Trust me. You could ask my mom. Okay, another brand that is great is Cartier. They're also organic. I don't know if this is available in the U.S., but my favorite product from them, if you have oily skin, combination skin, especially in the summer, when you get kind of greasy or whatever, are these masks. And there's different ones depending on your skin type. I actually bought a few of these single serve ones down here, and they're great. They just go on. They don't irritate your skin. And they are a steal at €1.50. So Cartier, thumbs up, organic. Royer from Vendée with the snail residue, also a very fun product. And let's not forget Bioderma. It's a great skin cleaner. Let me get around and I'll show you here. We'll zoom in on them later. They have another display, but that's a really nice skin cleaner for men, for women. Doesn't smell like anything. So what can we buy in the U.S.? Sunscreen in France is better. I think that was from Cindy. Cindy, let me take you around to the sunscreen once we get around and we'll talk about that. I don't know if it's better here. I know usually it's a little cleaner. A lot of the ingredients are better. So that does make a difference. It's more expensive here as well. Gina, hey, your class, what do you teach? What grades? That's awesome. Excellent. Yeah, feel free to show it to them. I keep it pretty clean. No cursing around here. Now, if you read beauty blogs, you're probably familiar with Calins. I don't know. I bought the dry shampoo. You guys can let me know if you've tried it. I just spray it in my hair and it doesn't really feel too good. It's not anything special. I wouldn't say it was a waste of money, but I'm not really a dry shampoo kind of person. So you'll have to let me know what you think of that. Again, no brand has endorsed this broadcast. I'm just showing you some of the things that I've used. Just starting with the Pharmacie, the non-prescription, non-medical stuff that a lot of pharmacies in France have. So you guys see anything good? All right, here's a big one, La Roche-Posay. Lots of great products that, again, I think you could get in Target, right? Someone tell me. And there's also Aven. It's another big one. And I'll say, if anyone, Cindy it is, you work in that space. Excellent. Send money. You know what's funny, Amy? Just as you said that, we have a small group on here and people are going to listen on the replay. Anyone listening on the replay, please interact. You feel free to comment. I'm going to keep an eye on the comments. And I know the time doesn't work for everyone. But if anyone, sees something and they're like, oh man, I would love to try that. I can't get it. I know what that's like. Seeing something on a blog and then wanting it and having no way to get it. If it's something flat, like those Cartier masks or something I could fit in a very small package, I get a discount through my auto-entrepreneur status for having a shop and an Etsy store. So I do get reduced shipping. We can work something out. So if you see something and you're like, oh man, I would love to have that. I'm your girl. Just message me and we'll work out shipping and all that. Okay, just wanted to put that out there. Yes, Nux. Julia, you know what? I think I walked right past the Nux. I'm going to take you over there nice and slow because that's another good one. Can't believe I just skipped. Okay. Yeah, Philippe. So Pharmacie de Calins here in Cholet, they do really high volume business, and you're going to see a really cool tool a little later on in the broadcast, a robot, a robot that helps them be efficient, and that's why they could offer such good prices because of their volume. Okay, so Nux. One product I love from them, especially as we get into the summer months, and men, bear with me, sorry. It's this Huile Prodigieuse. It comes in 2 varieties. Let me know if that's in focus, guys. I'm not used to doing this and even less used to showing products. But no, let me pick it up. They offer 2 varieties. One has a sparkle in it, and one is just a regular oil. And I have both. I like them both for different things. It doesn't stay greasy. It actually absorbs really nice. I think you could get this on Amazon. Probably a little more expensive, though. And that's a really good product. And my mother-in-law loves the Rêve de Miel, for the shower. And just that product line smells really nice. Body lotions. Yes, there we go. If you like Nux, give me a heart. Let me know someone's out there. Yes, Melissa, I was just thinking of you. I know you love Nux. I know you love pharmacy stuff. So happy to have you here. And some of the stuff you see in French pharmacies might be brands you know. Head & Shoulders is big here. Not everything is some organic, obscure French brand. A lot of them are major global companies that you're very familiar with. All right. We're going to head up to the register for a second. I just want to tell you a bunch of things. So right now there's a pharmacist here, since we are at the pharmacy's on call. It normally wouldn't be open. And there's a préparateur, Jerome. We'll see him later, Jérôme. And in France, to work at a pharmacy, at the very minimum, you need to be a préparateur or a préparatrice. And that means that you're bac plus 2. That means that you've gone to school more or less an associate's degree level. If you're from the U.S., you finished high school and you've done 2 additional years of schooling. So you won't find a 16-year-old high school student working in a French pharmacy, kind of working the register for minimum wage in the summer. If you go into a French pharmacy, anyone that you approach at the register, they are going to be trained in pharmacology, maybe even be a pharmacist themselves. So we'll talk about that more in a little bit. These are just some contact lens products, some minis, different things like that. And one product I want to show you around the other side is probably my favorite. If you read my blog post about bug bites about a year ago, you'll see I discovered a product called Synthol. And this stuff is the best. If you have any type of insect bite, you need to put this on a cotton round, soak that cotton round, and then put it on your skin and just leave it there. I get huge welts from bug bites, and it's terrible. And Tom had been telling me, my French husband, oh, you have to go to the pharmacy, you have to get the Synthol. And I'm like, no, it's just a bug bite, I'll deal with it. And he's like, no, you should do it. I put it off until I got a big one on my face that blew up. And finally got the stuff, and I'm like, oh wow, I should have listened to my husband because he knows. And also, hey Janet, great to have you here. Welcome. I'm new to broadcasting as well, so great to have you here. Melissa, almost out of your hand cream. I know the feeling. Something else I just point out, my aunt actually wanted some of these pain patches, so I got them for her. Flecteur Voltaren, they're great. It's kind of like Advil in a patch or a gel. If you have a knee problem, a sprain, a twist, any type of muscle pain, you could either plop on one of these patches or rub the cream in. And that's a nice alternative to taking Advil. Something else that you'll see in France is this special soap from Aleppo, Syria. This particular soap was processed in Turkey, 100% authentic, just a really nice soap that you could use in your hair, your body. You'll see different brands, but this particular one is, I believe, one of the 100% biodegradable, vegan, the real deal. Ooh, and look at this, an ear scraper. I don't know if I'd use that. Anyone use that type of thing in the ear? Oh gosh. Oh, Carolina, yeah, it's scary, right, that I know all the products. I think I've been in France a while. I'm here all the time just picking stuff up. And that's something you'll see. I want to mention that. So let's talk about pharmacists in the U.S. Most of you guys, a lot of you are American. Something I get from readers, they'll say, oh, pharmacists in France are so much better. Oh, it's so much better in France. And I agree the care maybe is a little better in France, but I want to be very clear and say that pharmacists in the US, France, other countries, they're all highly educated. They go to school for 6 years after high school. French pharmacists are just as trained as US pharmacists. But let me tell you where the difference is. The difference is in the community aspect and what what role the pharmacy plays in French culture. So there's a few parts to that, but what I mean is that in France, when you go to the grocery store, you can't pick up Advil. You can't just grab Advil off the shelf or diarrhea medication if you're having explosive diarrhea and go to the self-checkout and be on your way. In grocery stores in France, you cannot get medicine of any kind over the counter. So you're not going to get Tylenol at the grocery store. In France, you come to the pharmacy for that stuff. And sometimes, as you'll see as we're walking around, you might see some Advil or some medication on the shelf. But in a lot of pharmacies, and even this one not too long ago, it's over the counter, but it's literally behind the counter. So you need to approach someone, you need to explain what the problem is, and then they decide what you need. So it's not that pharmacists in the US don't want to talk to their customers, but they're just more forward-facing in France because they have to be. You can't get medicine in the grocery store. And likewise, and I think that's a good thing, and likewise, in the pharmacy, you'll see there are no magazines here. This isn't like a CVS or a Duane Reade in the US. There's no magazines. You're not going to grab some gum. You're not going to grab your cigarettes. This is purely medicine, over-the-counter and prescription, and parapharmacy products. So I hope that makes sense. I know there were some comments, guys, while I was talking there. The Flexor patches, do they cost a fortune, Jacqueline? Sorry. And you need a prescription. Okay, I did not know that. They are very affordable here. And life in France isn't cheap, but there are some things that do stand in contrast to how things are in the US. Okay, so in France, I'll just tell you a little more about the pharmacy process. So let's say you have a sprain, you have a sore throat, you have a cough, you think you might have the flu, maybe you have a bad insect bite, or even in the case of my father-in-law, you found some mushrooms out in the forest and you want to know if they're edible. You come to the pharmacy and you talk to the pharmacist. They're here to help. They want to talk to you. It's their job, and they're very good at their jobs. And again, it's no shade at pharmacists in the US. It's just, the culture is different. So if you're in France on vacation, and you get a weird insect bite, come to the pharmacist and tell them, look at what I have. And they'll look at it. They'll say, okay, I think it was a spider. These are the products you need. So there's no guessing. There's no running to the grocery store and looking the aisles and saying, oh gosh, I don't know what to take. I don't understand French. No, first of all, nothing's available at the grocery store in terms of medicine. And second, you go to the pharmacy. That's just the French thing to do. And I've become quite a master at going to the pharmacy for everything. Now, that's not to say if you have some nagging medical issue that's better saved for the doctor. No, you go to the doctor or you go to the emergency room if there's an emergency. But for something, a cold, a flu, you have an upset stomach, diarrhea, you puked, you got, whatever you have, go to the pharmacy, have your spouse go to the pharmacy, tell them what's up, and they will help you. Okay? And for anyone who's wondering, if you're a tourist in France, you're not a permanent resident, you don't have an insurance card here, nothing like that, you will pay the retail price without reimbursement, but the retail price is a lot cheaper than what you'd see in the US typically. So if you're ever in dire need of a doctor, you pay your 23 euros to see the doctor, you go to the pharmacy, and most of the time nothing's over $10. And I have an example when we go back up to the register. Remind me to tell you that example. It's about an EpiPen. So guys, for anyone just joining me again, this is Diane, and I am the American blogger behind the Facebook page We in France and the blog, and we're doing a really cool pharmacy tour here this evening in the Pharmacy on Call. Okay, so just wanted to say hi in case anyone just popped in. All right, so there are all kinds of cough drops too. These are really good. That's maybe the one thing you can find in the grocery store, but they're not medical, the ones in the grocery store. These guys will knock your socks off, but they're excellent if you have a scratchy throat. And then I told you before that I really like Bioderma. I recently found out that they animal test, so I don't know, I think maybe I need to make a different choice, my own sensibilities, but it is a great product, and it's a solution micellaire démaquillante. It takes off your makeup, cleans your face. There are special formulations for oily skin, for dry skin. I just used that one there with the pink top and all that. Yes, Jacqueline, yes, I was in the middle of my little diatribe and I didn't point that out. We'll go back. Yes, so that Embryolisse You'll see that on beauty blogs. I don't know if it's an amazing product. I've never used it. I have sensitive skin that if you look at it the wrong way, I get like a big red hive. But I've heard good things. I've just never tried it. And speaking of good things, you'll see that won an award. Victoire de la Beauté, I don't know, some award that says it's a good product. So that's an anti-aging mask at the price of 19 euros and 90 centimes. And if anyone's like, wow, the prices at your pharmacy are good. Yes, they are. Best prices here in Cholet, the biggest little town of all the little towns around, because they do volume. And the owners, Mr. and Mrs. Habib, they have 2 other pharmacies, so they can keep the prices down. If we want to talk about dental health real quick, French folks don't really use dental floss as much as North Americans. I think they're more into dental picks, which I know are popular in the U.S. as well. There are a few little packs of excellent, Jacqueline. It's a mask, cleanser, moisturizer. Yes, excellent. Yeah, I know nothing about that product line. But these picks are pretty popular. And then there's dental floss, and we'll pause here on the bottom. If you want to knock your socks off and get some fresh breath, this is like Listerine on steroids. This, I don't know how you say it, Ricle spray. You pop some of that in your mouth, and people will be able to smell you in a good way with minty fresh breath for pretty much the whole day. So if you need a strong mouthwash, that is what you need. Okay. Then there's some toothpaste here. So at a French pharmacy, you just come up. Normally there are a bunch of people here, waiting for clients. But as I explained, this is the pharmacy on call that's open all night. So I'm pretty much the only one in here. I just didn't want to film anyone's faces. But you come up and you just say bonjour, bonsoir, and you give your prescription. And I would like to point out that in France, it's something I found kind of funny when I arrived. There's no word for fill a prescription. In the U.S., you go to the doctor, you get your prescription, and they'll say, oh, I'll call it into the pharmacy, or, I'd like to fill my prescription. And then what do? They look it up on the computer. They make you a nice little label with your name and the dosage. In France, it doesn't work like that. So what you do is you go to the doctor, and they write you your prescription, and you bring it to the pharmacy here. You hand it to the person who's normally here, and they just go back and they get you your medicine. And we'll get to that with the robot in a second. They actually stay right here. And the medicine in this fancy newfangled pharmacy, medicine comes out here. It's like a little trap door. And we're going to see that in about 2 minutes. But what they do is they'll give you the whole box. So let's say the doctor prescribes antibiotics, 21 pills over 7 days, 3 a day. But the box has 30 pills. They don't care. They just give you the whole box. You have 30. It's kind of a joke in French homes. Oh yeah, we have all these boxes with like 3 pills left. They'll just give you the whole box, and I found that a little strange, because medicine, of course, it's regulated here, but I feel like it's extra regulated in the U.S. for reasons we won't get into. But yes, and so what they'll do is they'll say, okay, Diane, they'll write, old school with a pen, right on the box 3 times per day. And it's always in handwriting I can't read. Haven't really nailed that French script yet. But they just write it right on the box. So yes, that's something a little different. One product I will call your attention to, actually, I see it over here on the left. We could get closer. I think Boiron, they started selling in the U.S. I think, again, I saw this last time, the oscillococcinum. I always say it wrong. It's when you feel like you have the flu coming on, you take it, and it's a little tube that kind of looks like a chapstick, and it has a bunch of little beads in it, and you leave it under your tongue, and you hope the homeopathy is working. And it's pretty cool. And I don't know if it works. I take it because I feel like, oh gosh, if I don't take it, my flu's going to be worse. So maybe they just get me with their marketing. But it's something to have. All right. Has anyone else taken oscillococcinum? Give me a thumbs up if you've taken it or you've heard of it, or maybe you've seen it in a store. I think it has made its way to the U.S. And in here, we have all types of probiotics. They're over the counter. The stuff you find in yogurt, except these are way more concentrated. All different kinds. Carolina says, something I love about everyday French beauty products is that other than the animal testing, you can be sure the ingredients are top quality without being a special brand. Yeah, that's true. I do find, maybe I'm biased, I don't know. I do find the French beauty products, the French Pharmacie products are pretty high quality. That I definitely agree with. Yep, hands down. And over here we have all kinds of herbs, different things like that, different concoctions. I don't think this is a French brand. I'm not familiar with them. The yellow here that we're coming up on. I think they're Swiss, and they have all types of things like rescue sprays, throat lozenges. I think I've seen them in the U.S. as well. Then some special teas and all that, and then baby products down here. So if you need baby formula and that sort of thing, pacifiers, you get that at the French pharmacy. Okay, anyone have any questions so far that I might have missed when I was showing you something? If so, just let me know if you don't mind retyping it, or I'll go back. Yes. All right, so let me get around back, and we're going to show you that robot. So just in terms of hours, French pharmacies normally open around 9 a.m. And some, if you're in a small village, smaller town, they will close for lunch for 2 hours, usually between 12 and 2, 12:30 and 2:30. So be aware of that. They usually close, again, smaller the town, the smaller the hours. But in this town, where we are, decent sized town, this pharmacy closes at 8 normally. I'd say 6 or 7 in a small town would be a normal closing time. But again, there's always a pharmacy on call if you need something after hours. And for my men, Vichy, Ambriolis, they have a nice, and Nux, they have a nice line for men as well. So if you're a man, you want to see what you can get for your skin. It's not just ladies' products, although I'm sure they're unisex. There's a nice selection. Janet asks, who gives the flu shot? So I believe you have 2 options. Your doctor can order the flu shot, and then you come to the pharmacy with your prescription, and they actually give you the syringe and the medicine. They do that for like regular injections too, which, in the US, you go to the doctor and they have it there already. Here, you go to the doctor, they give you a prescription, then you go get the little vial and the syringe at the pharmacy and bring it yourself. So I believe, I've never gotten a flu shot, Janet, but I believe you can get it at your pharmacy. Not all pharmacists offer it though, so you just have to ask. Or your doctor can prescribe it and then you pick it up. But I believe all pharmacists can give you the shot. Okay. All right, and I'll just show you a few more product lines here before I show you the very cool robot. Okay. And again, a lot of products, I'll just tell you this one thing, a lot of products are cheaper for a lot of reasons in France. So just to give you one example, my best friend, she had a son who was allergic to, I believe, eggs, deathly allergic, so much so that he needed an EpiPen at school and an EpiPen at home. The insurance only covered a small portion of the first pen, and if memory serves, I believe that cost somewhere like close to $1,000, a lot. And even with the insurance, she was still going to be out $500 or $600. But her son's life depended on it. So she asked me what it was here. I asked my pharmacist. I went in with my American prescription for the little boy, and they said, no problem. This is a legit prescription. It's authorized by a doctor, so you just pay the full retail. If you were a French resident, you would be reimbursed for most of it. But, the little boy is not. He's American, lives in New Jersey. So I just said, well, what is the price? And I cringed. And they're like, it was under 100. I don't remember the exact amount, maybe 60 or 80 euros. And I happily paid with a big smile on my face. But for them, they're like, oh, my God, that's expensive, But for my friend, it could have saved her son's life. And luckily, he's outgrown that allergy. Okay, so this is the coolest thing. And I learned about this 20 minutes before the broadcast. So let me just show you. Hopefully they won't mind. So pretend there's a pharmacist here at the register, and right behind her there's this little depository, a little box, like a little mailbox. And, as a customer, I've always come. I've never seen behind the scenes until about an hour ago. And you kind of give your prescription, and then they type something in the computer, and then something comes flying out 10 seconds later. And I asked one day, and I said, is that a robot, or is there someone who works upstairs who, finds the medicine and drops it down? And he said, no, it's a robot. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. I didn't realize how cool it was until I saw it here. And let me just tell you about this thing. I'm going to get right up to the glass so you can hopefully see it in action. This is not a normal thing. Most French pharmacies do not have this. I think there's like one other in the region, the owner told me. This is crazy. When you do high volume, you don't have time to find the box, and you don't want to leave your customer alone at the register. You stay in front of the customer. This special thing is insane, knows where everything is. Everything's cataloged. And I don't know if you could tell. Yeah, Gina, I know. They're very expensive. I had no problem bringing it back in my luggage, though. I'll say that. so what I thought here about this robot is like, okay, so they put all the Doliprane here, maybe they put all the antibiotics here, but if you look, they're all different. And the way that it works is, I'll show you when we get around the other side, the robot knows how much space is here down to the millimeter, and it has everything, what looks to be all mixed up, but it knows the size of the boxes, it knows where everything is, and it utilizes the space to a point of just being so organized that, customers are served, every 5 seconds, whatever. There are always people here. It's just, again, this is the pharmacy on call. So we're in the back. We're behind the scenes. So Jérôme, if he's not busy, he's a préparateur, wow, can't speak tonight, en pharmacie. And he might talk to us. He's here, he's working. He might talk to us in a few seconds, just tell you a little more about this awesome robot technology. We're going to check it out from here. And I actually learned in the system, with the light you can't see, it lets them know in advance what product they have in stock, how many they have in stock, what needs to be refilled. And the robot actually knows if there are, say, 3 antibiotics in a row, it actually knows to take the one with the closest expiration date. It's insane. I don't want to know how much this thing cost, but it's super effective and just awesome. Look at that. Wow. Right? Just thought that was super interesting because I had no idea how this sort of thing worked behind the scenes. And the way that it works, I'm just going to grab a medicine from down here, is the owner explained that he'll put something on the conveyor belt. I'm not going to do it. Oh, shoot, I almost scanned it by accident. There's a QR code. Well, on this one, there's a barcode, probably not the right medicine. And it scans, it sucks it in, and then the robot knows exactly where to place it on the shelf. So basically, the employees don't need to do anything with boxes when they come in. The robot does it all. So very cool. You mean a check could cause a real problem, but it's amazing. A check just to make sure it's doing everything correctly. Yeah, there's, I think, a lot of checks on that. And then there's the human check when they take the medicine and give it to the client. They always verify, to make sure it's the right thing. But according to the owner, it doesn't have issues. Nothing like that. All right. So let me know you're still out there. Give me a thumbs up. Say something. Let me know where you're watching from if you joined late, if you're on the replay. Oh, shoot. Okay, we're going to ignore that. There's a little boy on the floor who came in who needs some help. So we are going to ignore what's going on. See, I told you the pharmacists are very hands-on, and they are here to help. So I'm sure the little boy lives in the neighborhood. They don't know if he needs to go to the hospital, but they're being assessed by a pharmacist, 2 pharmacists. So I don't think we're going to speak to Jerome because he's helping a customer who's not doing very well. Sorry, guys, but business comes first. Okay. All right. Yeah, I just want to make sure I'm not getting them in the shot. Okay, guys, we're going to go over here. Let me know if you have any questions. I know we're coming up on, let me see how long I've been going. I'm going about half an hour, so question and answer time. I'll just show you some of these teas. And something you want to note is that bio in French means organic, so bio. You'll see that on food, you'll see it on makeup, you'll see it on pharmacy products like we saw behind some of the creams. So that means you're getting an organic product, and it's always going to have the Certifié d'Agriculture Biologique, hold on, that's blurry, come on, focus guy, on it as well. So that's just a check that you can do if you're looking for organic products. And there's all types of tea. I haven't really gotten into them too much myself, but I hear they're good. I do have one that's like a sommeil, a night tea. But I think they're excellent, really. I should drink them. I'm more of a coffee person. But there's a lot of tisane, which are herbal teas. They don't have caffeine, so you'll see there's some for detox, digestion, that sort of thing. Janet, you know what? I think you do get vitamins at the pharmacy. I personally don't take vitamins. I don't know if that's a bad thing. But you would buy them here, and normally I would go ask. But because of the situation with the little boy who's on the floor, I don't think it would be an appropriate time to ask the question. So I will have to get back to you in the comments about that once I find out. I'm just trying to, from memory, try to think, where would the vitamins be? But we can look around. And we'll see. So there's different I guess it's not a shower gel if you're a baby, a washing gel, a bath gel, body gel, special product lines from Cartier for kids. We're kind of on the baby side. And then they always have samples at the French pharmacy too. I'll kind of peek behind. since no one's here. You see all that? When you spend, I don't know, even just 10 euros, they usually give you a little sample, and it's a great way to discover new products, kind of like Sephora. And yes, yeah, Philippe, I'm trying to find the vitamins. Let's see, we'll stop and we'll have a look at some Vitry nail polish. And something that's nice about this particular pharmacy is they have a fidelity card. So if you spend, I forget what it is, it adds up pretty quickly, 200 euros, 300 euros. And you can just get a free soin, they call it. It's either a facial or a manicure, just to reward you for being a customer, which by my American sensibilities is always nice. Okay. Oh God, I think the little boy's unconscious. Shoot. Oh gosh. All right, the vitamins are going to be over here. I'm trying to look. Let's see, they put these like signs here. Ma santé au naturel. Yeah, they're going to be over here. So what do we have? We have dietary, all kinds of things. Philippe, you know what vitamins look like more than I do. So if you see them, shout them out. I'm not overly familiar with vitamins. But let's see, we could discover new things together. Oh, you know what? There was one thing I wanted to show you guys that is kind of a strange thing. A post I wrote about some weird French pharmacy products. This was in it. Let me think where the heck I saw it. We're going back. Are these sun capsule pills that you take before you go on a sunny vacation. And they apparently prepare your skin for getting tan. They don't make you tan. You're not going to turn orange. I've never taken them, but apparently they prep your skin for the sun, and then you actually get a deeper tan. I don't know if they work. I don't know if they're hokey pokey, but they have ones for normal skin. They have ones right here for, I don't know, I guess if you're going to have some crazy sun, that's for first signs of aging. I guess if you have mature skin. And you'll see this is a competing brand, Phyto Bronze, and it says to prepare and preserve the skin, 2-pack. And I think you could get these on Amazon. The French swear by them. They're very, very normal in French culture. A lot of women will buy these before they go on a sunny holiday. Excuse me. And this is like Eau Bronzant. I guess, I don't know, someone might know more than I do. But I think this one actually does make you darker because it says right here, it says it's without sun. So it's, I don't know, it says it has curcuma extract, all different types of things. I don't know. I think it sounds a little strange, but I don't know. I don't know. Let me know what you think of those things. If you try it. I mean, I guess I'd try it once. I think it's just like, I don't know, this one has selenium and vitamin E. There's special formulations for nails and hair, like this one here, with zinc, biotin, I don't know what that is, and levure de bière, which is like yeast, it's not the hops of the beer, but it's like the yeast that's from a beer. I don't know. There's all these interesting products to discover, as you see. So, and then this one is for the beauty of hair and nails, right? I don't know. Sounds good. Some of these might be vitamins too. I'm not exactly sure. Vitamin style, let's say that. And a lot of cool things, a lot of the products I've shown you, they come in sample size, either for travel or you just don't know if you like it, if you want to spend the money on the bigger size product. So let's see what we have here. So again, this Quetier, I really do like the brand. This is like shea butter, I think. Hand cream, it's pretty small. These are like the French version of Swispers, the D-Makeup. I love them. I use them every night. Little nukes of that product line that I said is really good, that my mother-in-law loves, the Rêve de Miel, Dreams of Honey. Sounds good, right? Dream about that. Vichy, Oriage. So are you guys pretty familiar with these brands? For those of you watching, are you familiar because you've seen them in France, or do they have them in your country? If you're in the U.S., let me know because I've been away for a while, and I don't know what's normal and what's not. And I'm just thinking, was there anything else I just wanted to mention? Just one thing when I was telling you before about, when you fill a prescription, you basically walk up to the counter and then they give you a box. You don't fill it and, wait an hour while they prepare your label and all that and container like you would in the U.S. Is that the only exception to that? Oops, we're going up. The only exception to that would be if there's something that needs to be formulated just for you, like a separate dosage, a special dose of a medication. If it comes in 20 milligrams and you need 30, they need to compound it, break it down. So that'll take a little longer. I had a horrible mouth infection years ago. I don't know what it was, but they had to make me a special cough syrup, not a cough syrup, like a mouthwash with codeine. And that took a little while. Bright orange thing that I got in a big glass bottle. So that was interesting. So yes, it's kind of like a chemist back there a little bit. Okay, so you've seen some of the products. Very cool. Does anyone want to see anything else? I know we're a little over 30 minutes now, and I wanted to keep the broadcast on the shorter side. Let me know if there's anything else you want to see, any questions. I know Cindy wanted to know about what ailments can you go to the pharmacist for, and I mentioned about, if you have a sprain, an insect bite, you need someone to help you identify the mushrooms you found in the field. If you have a sore throat, cold, flu, that type of thing, the pharmacist can absolutely help you out. And yeah, so this is Catier's line of shampoo, all different. It's organized kind of by what you're looking for. So this is the shampoo section, but all kinds of specialty things, which are really fun. And you'll see there's one other thing that's kind of interesting. It's called Bion. And Bion is all different types. I don't know if these are vitamins, Philippe. You can tell me. And the little boy is to my left, and I'm not filming him. Bion. So this one's for kids, and they are vitamins. If you actually see, when you said vitamins before, I was thinking, vitamins like vitamin D, magnesium. These are like vitamin supplements. Oh gosh, and I'm dropping them on the floor. Going down. Here we go. Oh, picking up the stuff I dropped. And I've taken these before. I don't know if it did anything. I mean, I guess it did. I didn't feel any different. But these are magnesium supplements, all different types. I guess these are vitamins. So here we are. And you could just see what's here. But these Bion, it's stuff for like stress. If your system isn't working well, you feel tired, fatigue, the défense. Things like that. And I'm just going to go around and show you some more of those interesting products for, I kind of get a kick out of them because it's like, wait, we have to take medicine for this? I mean, if I'm tired or whatever, let me see. So let me find one that's real good that I got a laugh out of. I think they're down the other end. But just products that are like, oh, you're stressed, take this. Great. Or, oh, I don't know what it is. You're tired, take this. Just interesting products. And then this is Emily, pharmacienne, but she's busy because there's a little boy that needs some help. So we're not going to talk to her today. Hope you can still hear me, guys. I just didn't want to talk too loud or film the medical situation here. So that's kind of what happens when a pharmacie de garde is open. They get everything. They get people who need help, people who just forgot to pick up, their birth control and need it tomorrow. People just, maybe they work late and they need to pick up something, and emergencies as well. Okay, guys, so once again, that's about all I have for you. I hope you enjoyed that tour of the French pharmacy. Again, if there's anyone that had a question, I'll be in the comments. Amanda, I love your lives. Thank you so much, Amanda. It really means a lot. I just started doing these last month. This is like my third or fourth one, so still getting the hang of the stabilizer and how to do it. So thanks for sticking with me. I promise they'll get better every time. And I think we're going to go to some other small towns. We might visit a castle. And I hope to show you a bit more of everyday France, not in Paris. So once again, leave me any questions. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this. Let me know you're out there. Give me a little encouragement. I don't have a donation page. I don't have an advertising budget. So if you want to support me, the best way to do that is to share. And then obviously while we're live, comment on the replay, comment, and just send to anyone who you think might like it, and we'll take it from there. So that was my broadcast for you, everyone. Thank you so much again for being here. And once again, it is Diane. Oh, I never know where to look. Oh, my hair's a little wacky. It's Diane from the We in France blog and Facebook page. Have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, night, and I'll see you next time. Bye.